The first night in the mansion, I didn't sleep. Not because the bed wasn't soft, it was too soft, like it was swallowing me whole. I lay there staring at the ceiling, replaying the sound of the pen scratching across the contract. My signature, my surrender. And yet, why did it feel like I had just unlocked something instead of losing it? The door opened at exactly 6 a.m. I sat up immediately. A woman entered, elegant, cold, wearing black. "Miss Vale," she said politely, "Mr. Draven expects you downstairs." Of course he did. I dressed in the black silk gown they had laid out for me. It clung to my skin like it belonged there. I barely recognized myself in the mirror. "You look expensive," I thought. "You look dangerous," something inside me whispered back. The dining room was enormous. Lucien sat at the head of the table reading something on his tablet. He didn't look up when I entered, but he felt me. I know he did. "Sit," he said calmly. I sat to his right. Silence, the kind that wraps around your throat and tightens. "You'll continue attending university," he said finally. "Nothing changes publicly." I let out a breath. Accept everything. Now he looked at me. And God, those eyes. Dark, sharp, studying me like I was both fragile and lethal. "You will move carefully," he continued. "You will speak when necessary. You will not mention this arrangement." "And what do I call you?" I asked quietly. He paused, then leaned back slightly. "Lucien." "Not Mr. Draven. Not Sir. Just Lucien." The intimacy of it unsettled me. Later that day, I returned to campus in a luxury car. Everyone stared. Of course they did. The scholarship girl stepping out of a vehicle worth more than the entire student housing block. Whispers followed me, but I kept walking, head high, because for the first time, I didn't feel small. It happened near the fountain. A girl named Selene, rich, cruel, perfectly manicured, blocked my path. "Well," she smiled thinly, "looks like the stray found a sponsor." Laughter from her friends. Old Nyra would have lowered her gaze, but something inside me had shifted. "Careful," I said softly. She blinked. "Careful?" she mocked. I stepped closer. "You wouldn't want to offend someone important." Her smile faltered, because even she felt it. The change, the confidence, the danger, and for a split second I swear the air around me darkened. That night Lucien called me into his study. Low lights, whiskey on the table, the city glowing behind him. "You handled Selene well," he said, without turning. My stomach tightened. "You were watching." "I always am." Something about the way he said it didn't feel like surveillance. It felt like protection. Or possession. I crossed my arms. "Why me?" He turned slowly this time, and the look in his eyes, it wasn't cold. It was intense. "You think this is random?" His voice dropped. "You think I sign contracts with girls I pass on the street?" He walked toward me, slow, measured, each step deliberate. "You were chosen." My breath caught. "Why?" I whispered. He stopped inches away, his hand lifted, slowly, not touching yet. "Because," he murmured, "you don't break." His fingers brushed my jaw, soft but commanding. Electricity shot through me, my heart betrayed me, racing, aching. "You're afraid," he said quietly. "Yes." "Good." I swallowed. "And you're curious?" he added. My silence confirmed it. His thumb traced just beneath my lip. "Say it," he whispered. I hated that I wanted to. "I don't understand you," I breathed. "That wasn't what I meant." His hand slid to the back of my neck, firm, possessive. "Say what you're feeling." My pulse thundered in my ears. "This is wrong," I whispered. And I don't want you to stop." The room shifted. Something dark flickered in his eyes. Not cruelty. Hunger. He leaned in slowly, close enough that his breath brushed my skin. "You signed a contract," he said softly. "But this..." His lips hovered near mine. "This isn't obligation." My hands fisted into his shirt before I could think. He froze, surprised, Then his hand tightened slightly at my waist. "Careful, Nyra," he murmured. "Why?" I challenged softly. "Because once I start," he said, voice low and dangerous, "I won't stop." The warning should have scared me. Instead, it made my knees weak. He didn't kiss me. Not yet. He pulled away first. Control. Always control. "You belong to me," he said quietly. And for the first time. It didn't feel like a threat. It felt like a promise. Later, alone in my room, I stared at my reflection. My eyes looked different, darker, stronger, almost glowing. The air around my fingers shimmered faintly before fading. I sucked in a breath. That wasn't normal. And deep down, I knew Lucien hadn't chosen me just because I didn't break. There was something else, something ancient, something waiting. And if he thought he was the only dangerous one in this contract, he was wrong. If one part of this story hit you personally, don't just scroll past. Subscribe, because I share new stories every week that might feel a little too familiar.